building. Hey. Yes. I want you to get yourself situated. If you're just rolling over, you're just rolling over, or you're still in the bed. Y'all want to give you a good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So, on the scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel? All right. Put it in the chat. How do you feel right now? Scale of 1 to 10. One, you can start over. All right. Do it again. 5, it's like, I'm here. All right. I'm here. It's Tuesday. Okay. And 10, you ready to get it in, y'all. Let's go. Let me see what you got. Let me know what's up. What's going on, y'all. Good morning. Give you a minute to get situated. And look, as a matter of fact, if you're ready to get it in with me, it's your boy, it's something to write with, okay, and to write on. Just to jot some things down, because it's, first thing in the morning when we hear some good news that we can use, we say to ourselves, I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. Guess what happened? We forget that thing, right? So get something to write on, get something to write with, y'all, because I'm ready to give you some good news straight up. Okay? Let's get it. So I'm going to tell you how important this conversation is. Good morning. How important this conversation is today, y'all. We're going to be talking about leading without authority. All right? Leading without authority. What that actually looks like and what it could look like. Okay? So stretch out. All right? And this conversation is going to be for those individuals that are ready to move to the next level. All right. And allow me to take you there. So good morning, y'all. Good morning. Hit the share button. Let me know you in the building, or just say, hey, look, I ain't gonna bite. Hey, it's okay. Let me know you here. Let me know you up in here. Just say, hey, scale of 1 to 10. How you feeling? Scale of 1 to 10. Oh, and look, you can't do the 6, 7. And you know what? I know my daughter's probably going to be watching this thing. So no, we're not doing that today. All right, we're not doing that. But anyway, y'all go get it in. Good morning, y'all. So, talking about leadership without authority. Okay, leading without authority, and what does that look like? Okay, well, the first thing is this. When I was, growing up, never really knew what leadership meant. All right, again, from the east side of Detroit, it seemed as though, like when I started working, those individuals that seem to have all the answers, right? Or reporting officials, meaning if I was going to be on time or if I was going to be late, I'll let this person know. Okay, no problem with that. Now, when I came to the military, it was a little bit different, because leaders, quote unquote leaders, looked a certain way. Right now, you may have rank. Okay, rank represents not only what this like how long this person was probably in the military, but what they may know. And the signs of that is by the rank, either on their shoulders or wherever their insignias are, or on their collars, meaning if they were an officer or whatnot. Now, that signifies responsibility. It signifies a, let's say, a subject matter expert. Okay, but it's not always true. So I'm going to say good morning, y'all. What's going on? We're talking about leading without authority, and what does that look like to you? All right, Brent, what up, though? So here it is, y'all. So like I said, when I was in the military, it was like, yo, you see an individual with all this rank. All right, all this rank, you thinking that they have all this authority. And there's times when they were put in positions to lead, okay, or they were in positions to delegate. But here's a news flash. Not everybody in the position actually know how to lead. Anybody know about that? Anybody? Hey, can anybody agree with that? All right. Meaning there's individuals that have titles. There's individuals that have the rank, if you will, but they don't know what's really going on. So there's key attributes that they're missing in leadership. What's going on? So as we're talking about leading without authority, we're not going to talk about those individuals in your workspace right now. We're talking about you. Can you dig it? So let me know if you're in a place to be. Okay. Scale of 1 to 10, how you feel? Scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel? Let's go. Let's go. Hey, look, let's make sure we get these likes up. Okay. Hit the share button. Let people know you're ready to get some good news in. Now, write this down. Write this down. I'm going to give you 5 good things. Okay. 5 good things for you. All right. Now, this isn't to judge other people, but this is to challenge yourself. Does that make sense? This is to truly, truly challenge yourself. So the first thing is you want to be willing to solve problems. Okay. Solve problems that no one has asked you to solve. What I mean by that is chances are you're going to work, right? Let's say you're going to work and you see something that's out of line every day. Okay. Something that is crazy. Now, you got 2 different mindsets of people. Not saying which one you are, but just saying which one you don't want to be. You dig? One mindset is that ain't my job. Uh-oh. That ain't my job. Oh, wait, watch this. They don't pay me enough. You hear me? And look, this is not y'all that's listening. All right. This is everybody else. But I'm challenging you to ask yourself these questions. If you see something out of line in your job, at your spot, or your place of employment, are you willing to do the thing? Okay. Are you willing to solve problems? Okay. And we're going to go into that a little bit later. But y'all, look, we're all blessed with a certain thing that only we can do. All right. So I'm asking you to really think about that thing. Really think about it. And if you're going into situations years after years and you're seeing something that could be moved, could be shifted, right? Could be done a little bit different. Are you willing to challenge yourself to just do it without, wait, watch this, without waiting for permission? Hey, you say you're going through that right now? I feel you. Trust me. I feel you. I feel you. Look, this is something that we all, in some shape, form, or fashion, if we're interested in moving up in our position, these are certain things that should go through our mind. Can you dig it? So that's the first thing, being able to solve problems without someone asking you to do it. You dig? Now, the next thing is, check it out. Next thing is ask questions. Okay. You want to ask questions that could possibly redirect the group. What I mean by that is there's a such thing called employee culture, all right, or occupational culture. Y'all know what that means. It is, as far as wherever you work, there's a certain climate, all right. There's a certain energy. There's a certain quote unquote. Wait, watch this. This is how it's always been done. Y'all ever had that? Right? Anybody ever dealt with that? Or well, we've always done this. We've always done this. Or watch this. That's never going to work. We've tried that before, but that's never going to work. What I'm asking you to do, challenge your group, not in a confrontational way, but you can act just naive and just say, well, have we tried this? Okay. Without communicating the fact that, hey, y'all tried this and it didn't work, so you was out of line for that, versus doing that, saying, hey, how about we try this? Or can we try this? Can we give this a shot? You get what I mean? So what I'm saying is when you're able to lead in certain situations without authority, just because you're thinking outside the box, friends. Okay? Thinking outside the box. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people don't like it. Some people don't like it, right? Some people call that toxic optimism, all right? Because you're not perpetuating the same negative mess. Oh, well, it's never going to work. We never do this. Boo, boo, boo. They're never going to. Okay. So, friends, when we're talking about leading without authority, you have to be able to be willing to put yourself in a situation where you're asking the hard questions. All right, in the group. And it's not shaming anybody, it's not making someone look stupid. You're just asking questions. For example, can we try this or have we tried that? But before you go into asking questions, this is what I encourage you to do. Listen first. Okay, listen first so you can understand what didn't work. Then go into have we tried this or that. Okay, now The next thing, this is one of my favorites. All right, this is one of my favorites. Wait, before I go into it, I want to say good morning to everybody. Scale of 1 to 10. Look, chime in. Let me know how you feel this morning. How you feeling? How you feel? And I mean it. I'm asking you on purpose. I might be the only one that asks you today and mean it. Because I really want to know, how do you feel? Scale of 1 to 10. Just put it in. It's only gonna take 2 seconds. You watching it, all right? Don't be stalking and being weird. Let me know how you feel. This is important though, friends. This is truly, truly important, because if you can identify how you feel, you can connect to how you want to feel. Like if you feel like today ain't the day, what does it look like to make this your day? All right. So anyway, going back into it, what I got this morning. Kyra, you say 7. Hey, but you didn't say 6, 7, and I appreciate it. Bless you. Woo! All right, y'all, let's get it moving. So the next thing is, okay, the next thing is stop waiting for the title. Hey, one more time for those in the back. Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Is this microphone on? Yeah. Stop waiting for the title, friends. Stop waiting for it. Okay. See, there's times when if you're moving with the right purpose and with the right intent, people are going to see it. Not just people, the right people are going to see it. Okay. And this is what I mean. Individuals that will follow you, okay, will follow you because they see how you're getting things in and they're seeing how you're doing things, regardless of if you have the title, and those individuals that have the authority to move you in certain situations. Look, some people don't want that type of attention. I get it. This isn't for you. This isn't for the individuals that want that type of attention. This isn't for you. This is for individuals that truly know that there's things that can be done better, and they're not afraid of saying that thing. Okay. So, as an example, first of all, I want to thank everybody for purchasing the Black Collar Mindset Volume 2. Woo! Go get it, y'all. It's in the description or in my in the link. But in here, chapter 10. All right, get it in. Chapter 10. Those of you that got the book, you know what I'm talking about. Chapter 10 talks about act like you own the joint. Okay, act like you own a joint. And very quickly, I talk about a time when I was stationed in Guam and I just got done DJing for this event. Okay, but after that, now the event was nice. It was nice. We was all suited and booted and everything. So I'm looking pretty snazzy. You dig what I'm saying? Dapper is what they say. So I'm looking good. And so I go to a club, meeting some friends there. They're already there. I had to shut down and everything. So I'm waiting and everything. I'm in line. Okay. Now I'm in line with my suit on, and I'm just there looking like me. And there was a group of people that came standing behind me. And then one dude said, "Hey, man, do you mind? I got a party. Do you mind, letting us come in and we've been standing in line." And I said, "What?" And then now I didn't ask him, "Why would you ask me? What does it look like? Like, do it look like I own the joint?" Apparently, you dig. So I'm gonna tell you what I did. All right. I was in line first. So I just got my stuff together. I'm like, "Okay, I got you." So I walked over to the bouncer, right? I said, "Hey, look, I got a party at 5. All right, we about to go up. All right, just we good." And he said, "All right." He took that velvet rope. Yo, he took the velvet rope, moved it over, and he said, "5 plus you." I'm like, "Yeah, so that's 6. We good." He let us through. Listen, not only did we go through, all right, we go through, we getting drinks and everything. Didn't know these people. All right, didn't know these people, didn't know the owner, didn't know anything. I just walked up in there with a certain level of what? Confidence. Okay. And it's not about knowing the bouncer. It wasn't about knowing the space, right? Knowing the club and all that. It was just knowing me, knowing my presence. So I'm saying that to say this. You have to stop waiting for a title to be that which you are. Does that make sense? Stop waiting for that title. You waiting for somebody to give you accolade. Oh, wait. I ain't do it yet. Hold on. Let me get it together. Let me get my sound effects together, because there's some people out there that can't do anything without somebody giving them some love, y'all. So we about to go ahead and give y'all some love and let you know that that you're pretty, you're beautiful, and we need you in the place to be. Okay, y'all ready for it? Huh? Y'all ready? Y'all ready for the clapping? Let me find these this clap sound. Because listen, y'all, look, real talk. There's some people that no kidding need it. They need it. They need it. And look, we're here. Yeah. Look, you can do this. You can do this anytime, any day. We love you. I love you. People love you. They depend on you. Okay. Go and get it though. All right. So I'm saying this to say, don't wait to be the best version of yourself. You are already, but you don't know it. Okay. That is based off of what you going back and thinking about the things that you have achieved, the things that you haven't, but learn from those things and walking with the proof. Okay, you're walking with proof. So y'all were talking about leadership without authority. How do you lead without authority? All right, if you're just tuning in, first thing was you want to be able to solve problems that nobody has, asked you to solve. Look, chances are they seen it, right? You know, every time you go into the bathroom, ain't no toilet tissue in the bathroom, do it. And then you ain't got to promote it. Hey, look, y'all, I just took care of that. Okay. Now, that's micro, that's small. Okay. But what about when there's something that's going on? There is an issue that nobody can tell or can see their way through, but you do. But then your thought process, your past thought process is that ain't my job. Now we moving on from that. All right. On today. All right. The next thing is you want to start asking questions. All right. Ask certain questions that kind of redirect your group. Okay. To get them outside of their normal culture or their limited thinking of doing things. Ask certain questions that would challenge them, or to say, hey, what would it look like for us to try this? Right. But don't forget what I said before that. Make sure you listen, understand the terrain first, so you can see, what individuals are willing to try, but maybe haven't succeeded. And then you can go in with a different approach. All right. And the other thing is that we talked about was acting like you own a joint. Okay. Now, not waiting for someone to give you the proof that you are who you are. For real. I've had many people say certain things like, oh, well, look, he's not A, B, C, and D. He's not this, he's not that. He's not a professional in this. Think about it. That's subjective. What is a professional? Somebody let me know. What's considered a professional? A person that is credentialed, right? A person that is getting paid, okay? Or is it a person that has proof? Okay, that the things that they're doing, it works, or the things that they're fixing, it works. You dig? So if you know what you're bringing to an organization or a situation, do that thing instead of waiting for somebody to say, you got it. You've already been anointed. Wait a minute. Look, if you want me to go deeper, I will, but you got to chime in deeper. If you want me to go deeper, I will, but I won't if you ain't ready for it. But I'm waiting for y'all. Now, moving on. Let me see. Leading without a title. All right. So one thing that's hard for people to do is to give credit out loud, okay, in a crowd. Meaning, if someone has a great idea, right, and they actually said something or asked a question that can redirect the crowd or redirect the team, let folks know, yo, that was dope. Or let's say in private, y'all had a discussion, a group discussion as far as implementing something, and it actually works. What would it look like for you to celebrate that? Right? Some people don't know how to give folks flowers. Okay. A leader, no kidding, a leader, you can give people flowers now because you recognize greatness. All right. If you can recognize greatness in you, you should be able to recognize it in other people. Okay. Now, how do you celebrate that? You dig? Some people don't know how. Some people don't know how. All right. So I'm trying to give you some things that you can think about. So we're talking about leadership without authority. Okay. So look, let me know what y'all think. Give me your comments on this. What do you think about this, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Leading without that authority or without a title. All right. Now, like I said, I was prior military, and it was easy to assume those individuals with certain rank knew what the hell they were doing. Okay. But real talk, just because an individual have a title does not mean you can follow them. All right. Now, how do you know? Going a little bit off, but how do you know? Look at their track record. Okay. Look at their life. Look how they show up. Or if not that, if you don't want to look at them, look at the individuals that's following them. Uh-oh. Hey, look at the people. Listen. Hey, look, use all your senses first before you go and follow somebody. Listen to how other individuals communicate about that quote unquote leader. What's going on, Trinice? Check it out. We're talking about leading without a title. If you think you need a title to lead, you ain't ready for it. Hey, if you think you need a title in order to lead, you're not ready for it. You feel me? It's coming from the wrong place. And again, shout out to those that got this book. Where's that? Okay, here it is. The Black Collar Mindset. I talk about this up in here. All right. How do you have that authority? If you're waiting for someone to give you something that you were already ordained, right? Appointed, anointed to have, you ain't ready for it. Nope, go back. Gone. It ain't for you. Scoot over. Wait, what the kids say? Get out the way. Hey, I'm getting out the way. Get out the way because you ain't ready for it. Real talk. All right. Now the next thing is you want to volunteer for the crappy stuff. All right. Listen to what I'm saying. Hear me out. All right. Hear me out. What up, bro? Look, you want to volunteer for things that people don't necessarily either like to do or know how to do. What I'm saying is you have a certain level or talents, gifts, and authorities that you're holding on to because of what? They don't pay me enough for that. Well, move then. Stay where you at. You ain't ready for it. What I'm saying is, listen, AI is out here, clearly. All right. You know it. Some of y'all are afraid of it. You think it's going to take your job. If that's the problem, you need to go and get recertified. But what I'm talking about is there is still a place where a spreadsheet is needed, a specific spreadsheet. Some people don't know how to do it still. Okay. But if you have that talent, skill, and ability, what does it look like to actually do that? Or what about pie chart? Y'all remember pie charts? You know what I'm saying? Pie charts is a good representation, a visual representation of percentages. Okay. In people, you can use that. You can conceptualize it any way that you want to. However, not everybody knows how to do it. And when it comes down to leadership, friends, one of the main things that helps with leadership is communication. Not everyone can hear things and it makes sense. Sometimes the visual representation of what you're saying can help. You may be able to be that person. You may be that person that can do it. You dig what I'm saying? So, being able to volunteer for certain things, or again, going back to the other point, how about you just do it instead of waiting for somebody to do it? Now, here's something else. Some of you are afraid of someone else getting the credit. Let it go. Let it go. Is that you? Is that you? Is that you? What up, though? Is that you? Are you afraid of somebody else getting the credit or the accolades for the things that you're doing? But low key, you saying they don't pay you enough for that? You ain't ready then. This ain't what you want. This again, y'all, this conversation is for those individuals that are looking for different ways to lead without the title. Okay. I promise you, because when you're leading from the right place, it doesn't matter outside who gives you that authority because you already have it. All right. Specifically, if it's coming from the right place. Let me do something real quick with this camera, y'all. Look, tell me what you think about this. Scale of 1 to 10, how you feeling? 1, you need to do it again. 10, you ready to get it in. Where you at? Kyra said she was at 7. You better? You at 8? What's up? TikTok, where y'all at? Tell me how you feel. Facebook, how you feel? YouTube, how you feeling right now? All right, look, we're talking about this leading, okay? No matter what it is that you're doing. No, as a matter of fact, no matter where you're at, are you able to lead in your household? Look, some people think that is gender specific. Does that make sense? Does it? No. No, that doesn't make sense. Are you able to lead in your own crib? Hmm? Are you able to do the things that you know that needs to be done instead of waiting for someone to ask you, hey, can you do this? Especially if you know it's supposed to be done. Do you need somebody to, hey, I smell that trash, but you ain't asked me to get it. So think about that. All right. So again, look, you can extract leadership and put it anywhere in your life. All right. There are individuals that are no kidding afraid of being the best version of themselves because they're afraid of the responsibility that comes along with that. All right. They're afraid of the responsibility. Y'all, am I looking blurry on Facebook? Y'all let me know. Chime in. Am I looking blurry or what? Because I know I'm looking pretty straight on TikTok. Good morning, y'all. Let me know how you feel. Let me know how you feel. Don't be weird, just looking. Right? Say something. Some of you are, and I appreciate it, y'all. But again, I appreciate y'all for sticking around. And I'm be real quick, just a recap of what we talked about. Talked about leading without a title or without that authority. So the first thing is you want to solve some problems. Solve problems without individuals asking you to solve those problems. Next thing is you want to ask certain questions in the group that can challenge them, that can, not necessarily challenge them in a confrontational way, but to get outside of the normal culture of thinking, right? Because you're bringing something different to the equation or the conversation. The third thing is you want to stop waiting for the title, stop waiting for that promotion and walk in it already. And I talked about a little example of when I was out of town or shit out the country and walking around going into this club like I own the joint. As a matter of fact, I forget who I was telling. I was telling somebody, I think it was Kyra. I was telling her about the time I went to Vegas. Was in Vegas with my friends and for his birthday party. And listen, y'all, if y'all know anything about Vegas, somebody let me know how much it costs to go into a club. Anybody that's been, how much it costs, how much you think it costs? No, but yet, how much you think it costs to go inside of a club VIP? Huh? How much you think that is? How much you think that is? Go ahead, chime in. How much you think it is? All I know is when we first went to the club, wanted to go in VIP. I ain't even gonna tell you how much it was. It was out of line though. It was out of line, and so we just got regular, regular smegular tickets, and that was still wait just to get in. I think that was still over 70 something dollars. Okay, but me being me, okay, me being me. Walked up in that mug. We having a good time. I saw VIP open. Come on, let's go. I moved the rope. We got in. We chilled. The bar lady, the lady came through. Hey, Brad, if you watching this, you remember this. Hey, she was like, "What y'all want to drink?" It was a good time, right? It was a good time. We was enjoying ourselves. But friends, it wasn't about, "Ooh, let me see who I can ask." Listen, if we wasn't supposed to be there, we would have been gone. All right. Someone say, "Excuse me, you're not supposed to be here." So what I'm saying is there's times when you have to stop waiting for, someone to give you permission to be who you are. All right, who you were born to be. Listen, who told a fish how to swim? Go ahead, I'll wait while I get this camera situated. Who told us a fish how to swim? No, not who taught, who told. Hey, it's time for you to go swim. What about a bird? Go ahead, it's time for you to go. Go ahead, go. This is how you do it. You flap your wing. So what I'm asking you to do is to consider who you are and what being the best version of yourself looks like in your workspace or even in your household. Okay. It's not loud. It's not verbose, right? It's not controlling. It's not forceful. It's a presence. Okay. It's a presence. And I bet All of you right now that's listening right now have a presence, but you don't know how to tap into it. That's what this conversation is about. So good morning, y'all. I appreciate it. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the hearts, y'all. Appreciate it. The next thing is you want to give public, public display of credit. Okay. Meaning if someone is getting it in, if someone has given you a great idea or the group a great idea, and then y'all implementing that thing and it works, yo, do that. All right. Give that person their flowers. You feel me? That is another sign of leadership. Some people don't know how to do that because they feel as though that's giving away something or it's shady. What I mean by that is they will give accolades, but it's covered in crap. Oh, well, look, everybody ain't able. I guess you the smarty pants. Like, really? Yo, if it worked, it worked. You ain't got to be stupid about it. However, take it and move on. But if you know someone is getting it in, say, you know what? That works. We appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. We didn't even think about it that way. And then let your group know it's because of this person we're able to go to this height. You dig? So when it comes down to leadership, sometimes, a lot of times, it's how you show up for people and how you elevate them, y'all. Right? Are you willing to elevate others before yourself? Huh? I promise you, if this is not making sense to y'all, it's because you're not ready for it. You're not. Move out the way. Be more boy. What up, though? Congratulations on your promotion, good sir. We're talking about leadership without a title and what that actually looks like for real, right? You don't have to wait for a title. It doesn't look like anything. You understand? It doesn't look like, it doesn't smell like anything. It is a vibe. It is a presence. It's how you carry yourself. It's how you show up. All right. Some people don't have it, but you can be taught. All right. And this is what I'm doing here. I'm trying to give you some tools that you can use. And listen, some of them you already know, but it's one thing to implement it, right? You might have a tool belt right now, but why would you try to screw in a light bulb with a hammer? That's stupid. You dig? So find out what works for you. Next thing is you want to volunteer to do the stuff that other people don't like to do or don't know how to do. Like I said, y'all all have talent, skills, and abilities that you're probably holding on to. They don't pay you enough. They don't pay me the big bucks. Then move out the way. Leadership isn't for you. It's not. It's not. You're sounding like a cornball. As a matter of fact, again, get this book, Black Collar Mindset Volume 2. I got a chapter in here about how to be cool with cornballs. Listen, cornballs are not leaders, okay, but they're necessary. Okay, for real. Go to the description or you go up to my link and you can grab you one. But what I'm talking about specifically today is being a leader without a title, without the authority, y'all. Because if you cannot, if you need a title, this isn't for you. That makes sense? Does that make sense? So I encourage y'all, have a great, great day. Go to setthespeaker.com if you have any questions about all this super dope stuff that we do together, and we can get it in. Make sure you take care of yourself and each other. Right on? Go.